These transgenders. These niggas want me dead.
Dave Chappelle, who's no stranger to criticism, has been on a mission lately, speaking out against the rise of woke culture. His outspokenness has sparked debates across social media platforms, in living rooms, and even in comedy clubs. Some people are praising his courage, while others are wondering if he's taken things too far this time. In his stand-up shows, especially his Netflix specials, Chappelle doesn't just criticize. He gets straight to the point and doesn't hold back when discussing tough issues. He dives headfirst into the deepest, most controversial topics and emerges unscathed, all while making you laugh and think about the state of the world. It's like a game of Mortal Kombat where every punch is a jab at woke culture and the audience is yelling, "Finish him!
Finish him!"
He's been open about how he feels the current atmosphere, especially around woke culture and controlling free speech, is not just restricting, but also risky. It's as if, in today's world, saying the wrong thing could get you blacklisted faster than you can say, #MeToo. The woke is a term that's evolved over time. Initially, it was used to describe an awareness of social injustices, especially regarding race. Chappelle might think that being woke is all about calling out everyone's mistakes, even your own, like bringing store-bought potato salad to a potluck and pretending you made it yourself. In his Netflix special Sticks and Stones, Chappelle lays out his argument against what he sees as the overreach of this woke mindset. It's like the rebellious teenager who doesn't just get in trouble for sneaking out, but also for questioning why we even need a curfew.
And if I say it, you'll know that I'm telling you the truth. The rule is that no matter what you do in your artistic expression, you are never, ever allowed to upset the alphabet people.
He describes a world in which people are quick to judge others based on their words, backgrounds, and jokes. It's as if the world has decided that everyone is guilty until proven innocent, and it's up to social media to serve as the judge, jury, and executioner. This straightforward way of speaking is part of what makes Chappelle so powerful. He doesn't apologize and challenges limits in a way that makes his audience rethink what we're allowed to say, laugh at, and talk about.
All those letters together all the time, LBGT, LBGT, and you think it's just one big movement. It's not. All those letters are their own movement. They just travel in the same car together.
His humor doesn't hold back, where everyone seems to be tiptoeing carefully. Chappelle is marching boldly, shaking things up. But it's not just about being offensive. It's about maintaining a sense of humor in a world that sometimes feels like it's losing its ability to laugh at itself. We've all had those moments when we wanted to joke around but held back because we weren't sure who we might offend. Dave Chappelle talks about how ridiculous today's outrage culture has become, showing how people get upset over the smallest things. It's like a game of Find the Problem, where everyone is searching for something to complain about instead of just having a good laugh. It's tiring. He's concerned that we've entered an era where it feels as if people can no longer agree to disagree. You can't even disagree about pineapple on pizza anymore without starting a mini Twitter war. So, what does Chappelle want? Simply put, he wants us to stop policing each other's thoughts. That's why he said,
even though the media frames this, that it's me versus that community, that is not what it is. Do not blame the LGBTQ community for any of this shit. This has nothing to do with them. It's about corporate interests and what I can say and what I cannot say.
So actually, he wants the freedom to express himself and challenge societal norms without facing a public trial every time he does. He's asking for permission to make mistakes, to tell jokes, and to push boundaries without being silenced. He's not saying that everything he says is perfect or beyond critique. He's just asking for the same grace that everyone else should get, the chance to speak without fear of retribution. He also claims the problem isn't just about cancel culture, but about how quickly people are willing to turn their backs on someone they once admired for saying one thing they disagree with. The cancel culture phenomenon is like a herd mentality, where once one person starts the attack, everyone else follows suit without considering the full context or the person's past contributions. Dave's frustration comes from how quickly his own fan base turned on him after some controversial jokes. It's like they were fine with him when he was making jokes they agreed with, but as soon as he said something they didn't like, They turned their backs on him. This betrayal cuts deep for someone like Chappelle, who's built his career on authenticity. He sometimes highlights how, in the past, a comedian's job was to make you laugh at uncomfortable truths, even if it was at your expense. Comedy has always been a tool for challenging the status quo and pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable in society. If you didn't laugh, you could at least have a conversation about it. But now, he says, there's this unwritten rule that if you say something too edgy, your career could be over before the audience even stops laughing. It's like the world just handed everyone a no jokes allowed sign, and Dave's standing there like, who's got the scissors to cut that sign down? He's the last comedian standing in a world that's turning comedy into a sanitized, politically correct version of itself. The backlash against him isn't new, though. Chappelle has been in the spotlight for his outspoken comments since the early 2000s. He's always been good at diving into the uncomfortable, but his commentary these days feels more important. He thinks that the issue isn't just with woke culture, it's with how people are too quick to get upset over things they don't fully understand. According to him, we've become hypersensitive, unable to have a genuine conversation without assuming the worst in others. We've entered an age where the conversation is, "That's offensive," instead of, "What did you mean by that?" We've stopped listening and started reacting. He also pushes back, claiming that the real problem is that people are so stuck on being politically correct that they've forgotten how to laugh without guilt. At the core of Dave Chappelle's criticism of woke culture is the idea that we've lost the ability to laugh at ourselves. He also thought that it is one of the last forms of free expression left, and if we lose that, what are we left with? A world where you can't even laugh at a dad joke without getting a fine. Chappelle wants to reclaim the lost art of laughing at our own flaws. He points out that self-censorship is the real enemy here. We've become so worried about offending everyone. We've forgotten how to make fun of ourselves. We've forgotten how to laugh at our own silliness, how to accept the craziness of life. Where's the fun in a world where you can't even laugh at your own haircut? So, what's next? Chappelle's refusal to back down isn't stopping anytime soon. If anything, it's only getting stronger. With every backlash, he doubles down. His message is clear. We cannot allow woke culture to dictate what we say or how we express ourselves. Dave's like that one guy who loves a good challenge. You told me to stop? Okay, let me push it even further. Dave Chappelle's stance on woke culture isn't just about defending his right to tell jokes. It's about reclaiming the freedom to speak, no matter how controversial or unpopular the opinions might be. He's willing to take the heat because he believes that standing up for freedom of speech, even when it's uncomfortable, is worth the backlash. And that's the point of Chappelle's critique of woke culture. If we let the fear of backlash control what we say, we end up losing the very thing that makes comedy so valuable, its ability to challenge and provoke thought. So, what do you think? Has Dave Chappelle gone too far in his criticism of woke culture, or is he just calling it like he sees it? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, whatever your opinion is, don't cancel us. We're just here for the laughs, not the hate. Thanks for watching.